Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Whew, if I'm looking hot, it's because I just came from the leasing office, y'all. They're putting up new gates in our community, so I have to have a gate key now. So I had to go get mines, and then I've got to go back to get the Huns. They only had one available. But anyways, y'all, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Chanina. Hey girl, hey. And y'all, today I'm getting my life with our grocery budget for the month of July. I normally plan for the 3 or 4 months in advance, but with the way things are happening as far as food prices and all that kind of stuff, it's kind of hard to put a good solid plan, come up with a good solid plan for the future when you don't know what the future is going to be, right? I don't know if the cost of food is going to continue to go up or how that's going to go. So I am just going to focus on the month of July, a little bit of backstory about the dynamics of my household and why I try to create a budget for us every single month and why it's going to be different this month. So some years ago, if you guys been following me for a while, I used to post a lot of couponing videos on here, and that was what got me started in creating a budget, finding ways to cut down on the amount of money that I was spending on groceries, because at that time we were a house of 5. So because our household became bigger but our income didn't, I had to figure out how I was going to feed us, okay? So that's where couponing came in. And then over time, I started getting familiar with couponing apps such as Fetch Rewards. And even though Fetch Rewards, I don't think I knew of it back then. I think back then it was like Saving Star and I forget what the other one was, but those are the ones I used to use. But now I use Fetch Rewards and Ibotta pretty much 99% of the time. I also use digital couponing or digital coupons from the apps. So I generally shop at Kroger's. That's where I do 90% of our grocery shopping. If I'm somewhere and I'm able to get to a different type of store, then I might check it out. But for the most part, I would say 95% of our groceries come from Kroger, right? Every now and then I'll find some stuff at the Dollar Tree, but this was back when everything was $1. So I don't really do a whole lot of grocery shopping at the Dollar Tree anymore, because now some of the items that used to be cheaper at the Dollar Tree are now about the same price as me just going to Kroger. So right now, as of today, we are coming into the month of July. So I wanted to get a really good grip on our budget for this month, because we are down to a household of 3. So when I started my journey for getting us on track for budgeting and stuff like that, when it came down to our household, again, we started off with 5, but then over the years, it has transitioned from being 4 of us to 3 of us to 5 of us to 4 of us to 3. Like, it's changed pretty often. But now, as I'm saying this, I do have 2 stepchildren that were living with us. So that equaled up to 5. But now they are well over, they're in their early 20s. So they're kind of in and out. When they need a place to stay, then they'll come here. If they don't, then they'll move out and do their own thing. And that's kind of like where we are right now. My stepson is the most recent child that's been here. And he is in the process, what looks to me, of transitioning to somewhere else to live, right? Because he's moved furniture and all that stuff. So now I have to get in a mindset where I'm shopping for just 3 of us. I used to, because I was so used to shopping for 5 of us, even when there was 3 of us, I was still shopping for 5 of us, just in case one of the kids stopped by and they wanted dinner or something, or if they were just moving somewhere, I had enough that I could give to them to help start them off, whether it was food or any type of household items, personal care items, and all of that. So that was like my main reason for couponing, not only to, or working, or I'm not going to edit this, y'all. But that was like the start of my couponing, is figure out how I was going to feed everybody. And then as time went on, as the older 2 kids got older and they started moving out and doing their own thing, then I was shopping for just in case they needed something as well. Well, the way things are set up now at the grocery stores, I need to only focus on a 3-person household, because the older kids, they are old enough to go out and purchase some groceries if they need it. If they come here and they need to stay here for a little while, I feel that they are old enough to contribute to food if they're going to be eating here all the time. So, with that being said, they are not going to be in the equation for the remainder of 2022. My focus is just going to be on a 3-person household, and that's going to help our budget a lot, because not only is it going to cut down on the waste of food that we have, because I was I did have was going through a phase where I was cooking a lot, just because I thought, well, maybe if they drop by, they might want something to eat, yada yada yada. So I would cook enough as if they were still here, but then they wouldn't come by, or they didn't stop by and eat, or when they did come by, they had already eaten, or they're bringing food with them, that sort of thing. And then, the 3 of us, me, Olivia, and her dad, we can only eat so much. There's only so many days that we're going to eat leftovers, so a lot of the food will end up getting tossed. So my goal for the remainder of this year is to just focus on a 3-person household and continue to shave down to a workable shopping budget, right? So I'm starting fresh. Not bringing how I used to shop into the present, all the bouncing around and the constant changes and things like that. I think now we're to a point where I can set somewhat of a solid budget and try to stick to it, right? So this is what I got for the month of July. For the month of July, for 3 people, I figured a good amount would be $150 per person. So that's $375 for the month total. So that would have to include our household products, our personal care products, and food, right? So in order for me to make that work, I have to break it down. So $375 for 4 weeks is $93.75 per week, right? So I was saying, I've got all this stuff written down, so I'm looking at my notebook in case y'all wonder what I'm looking at. So I said, well, how can I break that down to where I can have enough for food and enough for everything else? Because honestly, you guys, the food and the household and the personal care, that's my department in the household. My husband, he has things that he takes care of, and then I have things that I take care of. So how can I stay under budget? And I think this is a good month to start, because there are no special occasions that are coming up for the month. And then back to school, I don't have, even though Olivia starts school August 1st, this year I don't have to go so hard with making sure she's got what she needs for school lunches, because I did that last year. And I say about the first few months of school, she was doing really good with taking lunch, but then she started eating lunch at school. So there's really no need for me to go out and get all this stuff to make sure that she's able to take lunch. Fortunately enough, the school district that she lives in allows the students to get free lunch regardless of the income of the household that they live in, right? So she's able to get free lunch, so that helps out with the budget there. We don't have any birthdays for the month of July, no anniversaries, so that helps out with the budget as well, because when there is a special occasion, that also causes me to go over budget, because I'm buying things that I don't normally buy in our regular grocery hauls, like steaks and stuff like that. So this month I don't have to worry about those 2 things, so I think we'll be okay with $375 for the month. So what I'm going to do is, or what I plan to do, is take $300 of that and use it for food, right? And then take $75 of that and then use it for everything else. So I'm figuring if I stick with the mentality of there's just 3 in the household, I really feel like the $375 budget will work, and hopefully I'll be able to stay within budget. Now, besides using the grocery apps, I also try to purchase things that are at a reduced price, and I try to get multiples, and then I try to stock up and things like that. Now, sometimes when you're stocking up, you can go over budget that way because you're preparing for upcoming months. So my goal is to also include my stock up items within this budget. Another thing that I was thinking about too was, let's see, I started using Amazon Fresh a few months ago. I did 2 orders. That was my first time, and it worked out pretty well. But when I look back on the things that I ordered, the reality is that the other thing that helped me to cut down or to stay within budget is to not buy a lot of the things that I was buying. So like sodas, I did a whole Amazon Fresh order with nothing but beverages one time, and it was mostly sodas, sparkling water, and water. And I can shave down my budget by not purchasing so much soda or so much sparkling water. Although it did last for a few months or so, it's really not necessarily necessary to have Cokes and Sprites and all of that, right? Because I think if you guys follow me long enough, you saw that that went a little bit faster than the water, right? I want to stock up on water. I'm very low on water, which will go through everything that I'm coming into July with as far as what's in my kitchen, so you guys can kind of see what I'm coming into the month with, and what areas I would like to work on in my kitchen and everything. So with Amazon, there are some things I could get from Amazon. I was on there doing a little bit of shopping, trying to see, what the prices were looking like. And a lot of the things are pretty much priced about the same as Kroger. So what helps me with Amazon, if I decide to shop there again, it would mostly be for it probably would be for water or sparkling water, not necessarily sodas. Because those are the heavier items and I don't have a car, so it just works out. And then I also pay for an Amazon Prime membership, which, by the way, a good way to cut down on your membership is to just fund it through gift cards. That's what I do. I have an app that I use on my phone called S'mores, and I just watch video after video after video. When I'm sitting here watching Netflix or something, I'll stick my earphones in my phone and I'll just let the video ads play, because they're really ads, but I'll just let them play until it says that there's no more videos to watch. And all the points that I rack up, I redeem them for Amazon gift cards, and that's how I pay for my Prime membership. So that works out. As far as Walmart, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stack up with water from Walmart, actually. I have to weigh my options, because my Prime membership is out of pocket $0, because I pay for that with Amazon gift cards, but my out of pocket delivery cost for Walmart is not $0. It's $7.95 for them to deliver. But when I think about how much it costs for me to catch a Lyft to and from Walmart, I'm paying more than that. The last time I went to Walmart, round trip Lyft was about $30 and some change, right? So I don't want to spend $30 just to go get 2 cases of water. So I price it out, and if I get 3 cases of the 40 bottles of water, that'll be like $16 and some change, right? Which will be deducted from the food portion, which will leave $283.92 left over for everything else. And water I won't have to stock up on. And if I do that at least once a month for the rest of the year, then we should be well overstocked on water, right? And that's one less thing that I have to purchase. I can even at some point skip a month, because that's 40 bottles of water, 3 cases, which that's 120 bottles of water, and we're not going to drink 120 bottles of water in a month. You know what I mean? So that's something that can carry over. And then with household stuff like toilet paper and all that, like I honestly don't really get good deals on toilet paper. When it comes to paper coupons tend to have like 25 cents off, 50 cents off. The only time I feel like I get a good deal on like toilet paper is if it's like on a mega event, or if I've got a coupon that's valued over $1 and I only have to buy 1 pack of toilet paper with it, or 1 pack of paper towels, right? So toilet paper, when I was on the Walmart website, they've got the 1,000 sheet 16 roll great value toilet paper, and I'm honestly thinking about doing that instead of going to Kroger and spending $15 on toilet paper because I don't have a coupon or because it's not on sale. I can every month I can just purchase 2 of these 16 rolls of toilet paper from Walmart. So for this month, if I decide to do that route this month, then that'll be $52.52 left over for household products for the remainder of the month. So, which is not bad when I think about it, because even with the toilet paper, if I do 2 packs a month, then by the end of the year, we should be well stocked with toilet paper, right? And then that's one less thing that I have to buy for, like, let's say 23 comes in, if I decide to do a no buy challenge, right? So that I can save a little bit of extra money, then I don't have to worry about those two things, toilet paper and bottled water, just for an example. So that's what I'm thinking as far as my grocery budget, because I've got for household and personal quick care $25 per person. If you break that down to a week, then it's $18.75 per week. So it just really, hopefully, everything works out this month. We're gonna test this budget and see if I can make it work. If I can make it work with $375 for the month, then hopefully that will allow the start of me shaving down our budget even more, because there's some things that I'll be stocked up on. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not, y'all. I was sitting here talking to myself about this budget, and I was like, you know what, I need to talk this out loud so I can get my thoughts together. So that's why you guys are listening to me right now, because I'm like, well, let me just talk to my people about it, okay? But yeah, y'all, I refuse to, there's so many other things in life that I'm stressed out about already. The last thing that I want to be stressed out about is how I'm going to feed my family. And, I don't want these prices to defeat me and stress me out. There's got to be a way. When there's a will, there's a way, right? So let me take you guys into my kitchen. We're going to start in the kitchen, and we normally work our way back to the hallway, because I do have somewhat of a stockpile that needs to be replenished. It is really low in my opinion, but it's a great start to where I'm trying to be by the end of the year as far as stocking up and all that. It's not like I'm starting fresh stocking up. I'm just adding on to what we already have and then continuing that process. So what I'm going to show you guys is what we have as far as food wise. I'm not going to go into exactly what I need more of. I will do that when I actually go to the store and go over my shopping list with you guys, because I'm going to be intentional about this budget. So I need to be disciplined, which means I need to go to the store with a list, okay? I need to stop going to the store without a list. I used to carry a list, but then I would go off the list, and before I know it, I blew my budget. So I really need to be more disciplined when it comes to making sure we are okay as far as the household is concerned, right? So what I'm going to show you guys is basically what I'm starting off the month with. Okay, so we are stepping into my kitchen. So, like I said, I'm just going to show you guys what we are coming into the month of July with. Just to kind of give you an idea of, what I'm trying to do here. Hopefully you guys are kind of understanding what it is I'm trying to do. I'm basically trying to prepare my family for worst case scenarios, right? But on a budget. I don't want to break the bank to prepare for when or if crap hits the fan. I want to already be ready for it if that's going to be the case. But I'm rambling now. But anyway, y'all, so this is the first little cabinet right here. I generally don't keep a whole lot of food in here, to be honest with you. It's just like random stuff like tea bags, seasonings that I haven't used yet, coffee, that sort of thing. That's all that's up there. Little cans like this, I have a few of those left. So chicken and mushroom, tea, cocoa mix, more tea, a random bottle of hot sauce. And then in here, same thing. So unopened seasonings. And this is just measuring spoons and stuff like that. Then we come over here, and this is where I keep all of my like flour, sugar, and stuff like that. So everything that I'm currently using is in this cabinet. So my flour, sugar, behind it is, I believe, an empty jar of fish fry. So that's where I keep my fish fry. And then there's a jar of black eyed peas back there, and then just some random open boxes of noodles, because Olivia is, you know, she's learning how to cook and stuff, so she's starting to cook more for herself. So she makes simple stuff like pasta, where it's just pasta and spaghetti sauce, and then she'll season it up or whatever. But because she's fixing it for just her, she doesn't necessarily need a whole box, right? And then spaghetti, and I still have these multicolored noodles. And so that's another thing that I want to do before, you know, as the fall season comes in. A lot of the stuff that I have in containers, like them black eyed peas and them tricolor noodles, I need to go ahead and start using that stuff. Those are two things that's been in the containers forever, and I just haven't gotten around to them. So up here again, as you can see, if you guys follow me, then y'all know normally this pantry is kind of packed with stuff, but it's not like that today, y'all. I need to go to the grocery store, okay? But yeah, so up here it's just some random stuff, a box of taco shells, some, you know, dressings, which I think these are probably old by now. Okay, so they will be. So this is another thing that I'm going to be careful with. Like, I do get a lot of markdown items, but because we're coming into towards the end of the year, I need to start checking dates to make sure that it's not going to expire anytime soon. I've had those salad dressings for a while, so I'm not surprised that I still have a couple of bottles left. But it's, you know, it is what it is. Those don't expire until July 14th. I know that we're not going to use 2 bottles of honey mustard by July 14th, but it's okay. You know what I mean? It is what it is. That's, you know, stocking up has been like a trial and error for me, to be honest with you guys. The first time, well, never mind, I'll tell you guys about it later on. So anyways, on this second shelf, there's just a couple of things down here: oatmeal, Pop-Tarts, a random bottle of barbecue, which I'm going to put up there. Oh, and over here in this corner is like beef broth. I don't have any more chicken broth, so that's definitely, well, no, that's not something that's on the list, because I have chicken bouillon powder and chicken bouillon cubes. So don't have to buy any of that. Got some seasonings that are almost gone, so I'll definitely be purchasing some seasonings when I go grocery shopping. And, you know, this is all that's up here. Not a whole lot going on, y'all. And then on this shelf is just seasonings and condiments. Same thing down here. And then I have a basket with some cans in it, like tuna and stuff like that. Which another thing that I need to do too is start rotating my items, so that nothing gets left behind. So that's all that's up there. And then in this little container thing down here, this is probably the first time it's been this low, right? Since I've, you know, because normally when I do these types of videos where I'm walking through my kitchen, all this stuff is fully stocked, but not this time, y'all, not this time. So I've got a few gravy packets in there, and then I'm down to 2 potato packs. And let's see, then I've still got a few more noodles, and then this is my freezer. It's mainly ice trays, so it's definitely time to go grocery shopping. But I needed to figure out a plan first, y'all. For the past few months, I honestly have just been going to the grocery store and hoping to get what I can get because of like food shortages and stuff like that. So I haven't really been doing a whole lot of stocking up like I wanted to, or like I have done in the past. You know, I've just been trying to just get what we can afford, to be honest with you guys, because like you know, the cost of food is going up, but my income has not. Okay, so it's getting a little financially tight in this camp, you know, so we just got to try to do the best that we can. So hopefully this budget that I'm coming up with works for this month. If not, then we'll try it again next month, and then so on and so forth. But in here I've got the one TV dinner that Olivia had wanted one time. Got some greens, some hamburger patties, a thing of broccoli, like 2 salmon patties, and some vegan chicken patties, and some turkey necks. And that's literally all that's in there, other than like some freeze pops. So, and then again, a bunch of ice trays. And then in my refrigerator, this is probably the emptiest that it's been ever since we've been in this apartment. And I cleaned it out. It was mostly filled with leftovers from last week, the week before, just little small scoops of stuff that got put into a container. So I've cleaned all that out. That's just dinner from last night. And that, oh, the sparkling water that I ordered from Amazon, that's what's left of it, y'all. I got 4 cans, but I don't plan on doing like a huge order like that again, only because the budget is different. The budget was different back then. I had a little bit of extra money that I could spend, so that's why I was able to do that. But not this month. This month it's a little tight, so you know, it is what it is. And then open condiments that are over here. So obviously, you know, getting produce, things that we have to buy once a week, you know, bread and stuff like that. I did factor those things into the budget as well. So this is going to be a really, really tight budget for us, y'all. So hopefully it works. So we'll see. I'm optimistic about most things. So I think it'll all work out fine. And then this is my deep freezer. This is probably the emptiest it's been in forever. I literally only have those ground turkey meats that I still have not used. And then I've got a pack of ground beef and pork blend, and then a couple of beef patties down there, some butter, some pepperoni, which this stuff by now, I've had it in here. Yeah, see, we're going to go ahead and toss these because I've had these in here so long. Like, look at that. It's probably got a freezer burn, so we'll go ahead and toss those. And so that's it with the deep freezer. Now, as far as stocking up, everything that couldn't fit in the kitchen ultimately ended up on these shelves, okay? So if you guys are planning on stocking up, if you go to my Amazon storefront, I actually have these shelves in there. These are heavy duty shelves. I got them from either Home Depot or Lowe's, and I can't remember how much they were. But if you don't want to go to a Home Depot or a Lowe's and you just want to go online and order them, I do have them in my Amazon storefront. So this is where we are at now with the shelves. They are dwindling down, but there's still food on them, right? My goal is to have every single shelf fully stocked with items to the rim, okay, to the very edge. And at one point we were getting there, but we eat a lot at home, y'all. We don't do a whole lot of eating out. So as we're building, we're eating, you know. So this is where we are right here. We've got some baked beans, some pasta, peanut butter. On this shelf, got some mixed vegetables, refried beans, still have manwich, and this was my little spot for the Roteo mix, but that's all gone. We're down to 3 cans of chicken breast, which now, I think when I bought these, they were like $8.99 for a 6-pack, but now they're like $12.99 or something like that. So I don't know. We'll have to see how the budget goes as far as stocking up. As far as stocking up, I'm just gonna grab a little bit at a time, you know, because like I said, I refuse to stress myself out about this, okay? But yeah, so canned goods, that's where we are with the canned goods. And then this is the bottom shelf with most like beans, and then I've got some greens, and then I keep my tomato sauces over there, which are gone. So definitely have to stock back up on that stuff. And then over here, is pastas and stuff like that. So dry pastas, this is what we are working with for the month. So we're, it's pretty decent. It's not where I would like it to be, but I'm not complaining because there are so many families out there that have way less. So I am grateful to, be in a household where I can at least start off with something, and still create a budget around it. So down here, got some fruit cups. I just sent a box with my mom for her and Olivia's road trip. Got a thing of coffee and a bag of rice, and then that's it. So it's not bad, not bad at all. It could be worse. We could have empty shelves. So I am not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm forever grateful. Um, but I just want to uh, get a handle on our budget here and my mentality with the whole thing, because like I told y'all, I was shopping for more than just 3 people and cooking like there's more than 3 people as well. And if I change those 2 things, then I think that everything else will fall into place. So I know today wasn't much of a active video. Like I wasn't doing anything. I was pretty much just talking the whole video and kind of going over my thoughts with you guys as far as this grocery budget and how we're going to twerk it this month. Because things are so expensive, y'all. Things are just so expensive. I think what I'm going to have the most trouble with, honestly, is the meat. The meat now, excuse me, now meat takes the majority of our budget, which I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other households that are going through the same thing, where you're going to the store and you pick up a pack of chicken, and the pack of chicken is like 20 bucks, 23, 24, 25 bucks. And you're like, man, I remember the days where I would pay $8, $9, $10 for a pack of chicken, so I do know that the majority of our budget is probably going to go to meat. If I can help it, what I'm going to do is try not to spend as much. And if I do have to spend that much on meat, then I'm going to portion it in a different way. Instead of putting like a whole family pack of chicken in one freezer bag, which is what I would normally do because I'm thinking that I'm going to be feeding more than 3 people. Instead of doing that, I would just portion it up to feed just 3 people. And that might actually stretch the amount of meat for the month and help with the budget as well. So hopefully it all works out. I would love to know what you guys are planning as far as your grocery budget for the month of July. Are you going to be shopping different stores to get little things that you need? Are you going to do a monthly grocery shop? Are you going to break it up into weeks? Are you going to be setting a new budget? Are there some items that you're going to eliminate? What's your plan for July? I would love to get some ideas from you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. I think I've rambled long enough, and I will see you guys on another video. If you are not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. I don't know why you watch my videos and don't subscribe, girl. It's free. Turn on your notifications. Leave me a comment down below. All of those things help the channel grow. And I will see you guys on another video. Bye.